Following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Tampa Bay Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers.
Welcome back to Bloom. Spring is blooming, which means allergy season is upon us. Joining us now with tips on how to just breathe this allergy season is ENT Dr. Mariah Pate. Dr. Pate, it's always such a pleasure to see you.
Great to see you as well.
So folks are really suffering. What exactly is allergy season, and what does it mean for people who suffer?
So when you hear the term allergy season, it means that the pollen is high. You hear, oh, look at all the particles out there. There's pollen everywhere. So there's different types of allergy seasons. There's seasonal allergies, which happen sometimes during the year. And then there's an allergy season that goes all year round, which is more like indoor allergies. And for people that have allergies, those seasons can be miserable. If you have an allergic response to some of the pollens in the air, you're going to be feeling really tired. You're going to have a lot of congestion, drainage, sneezing, itchy eyes, and just not going to feel yourself. Some people feel like they have like a cold for many weeks.
And what are we expecting this season here in the Tampa Bay area?
So this has definitely been one of the worst seasons we've seen in so many years, and a lot of it has to do with El Nino. So we've had a very wet winter. It has been a little more mild, and so the tree blooms have been a little bit delayed, and so everything's kind of hitting at once. And so that in combination with warmer climate overall in Florida, we're just seeing a lot of higher pollen counts than normal.
Now, so many people just suffer, and there's so much that you can do, especially with specialists like yourself right here in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, people, they try all the over-the-counter remedies, they try the things at the drugstore, and they just still are miserable. And really, it affects their life so much. They can be sleeping worse, they are not as productive at work. And so there are a lot of things that should be done if you have allergies. So if you're taking over-the-counter medicines and you're not feeling relief, then you should come see a specialist. And so when you go see an allergist or ENT, you'll be evaluated, to see what allergies are causing your problems, or if there's something else going on. And so if you come into my office, we'll do allergy testing where we look at, many different types of allergens, both indoors and outs, as well as foods, to see if you're having a response, to see if that's what's causing your symptoms.
Yeah, and you treat each individual to tailor their treatment for them.
Exactly. So not everyone's the same. Everyone, has different symptoms and different presentations. For example, some people, they just have an allergic response. They get the sneezing, the itchy eyes for a couple of weeks out of the year. But if that happens long term, it can actually affect your sinuses and your nasal cavity. So if you're swollen all the time, everything's going to get backed up, mucus production increases, and then your symptoms get worse. And so if that's the case, then you may need something more of a procedural intervention, or sometimes allergy shots or drops.
And a lot of times these interventions are not invasive at all, really.
Right. So actually in our office we offer something that's a lot less invasive. It's not the traditional sinus surgery that you would think of when you hear about the rotor and all of that. So it's an office-based procedure where it's done under local anesthesia, so you don't have to go to sleep. And I use very small dilation devices to go into the natural openings to open up the sinuses, get them all rinsed out. And so then when you are having an allergy attack, your symptoms are less severe and you're breathing better.
Yeah, I was going to say this must make all the difference in the world.
It does, because just being able to breathe during the day, the segment Just Breathe, it's people don't realize how important breath is, and it's important for sleep, it's important for just well-being, and if you're not breathing through your nose, you're not getting the full benefit of what you really need to feel as good as you can.
Well, we're so lucky that you're right here in the Tampa Bay area. We really appreciate you joining us on Bloom to share your wisdom and remedies.
Well, thank you so much.
And call Tampa Bay Breathe Free today at 727-379-2201 or visit tampabaybreathefree.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Tampa Bay Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers.